All About Boats is proudly brought to you by Aussie Boat Loans. Real people, real results. Wayne Ritchies, Australia's leading retailer of water sports equipment. Regal Marine, providing quality service and boats to the boating and leisure industry. Bundura Boat Upholstery and Fluid Core Wakeboarding Towers and Accessories. Join us this week as we bring you the latest boat releases, handy boating tips, and lots of new and innovative boating accessories on the market. It's all aboard, above and below on All About Boats. Time to check out the latest boat releases in the boatyard.
G'day there, I'm Greg Walker, General Manager of JV Marine World, and today I'm going to show you the magnificent Four Winds 275 Cruiser. If you're looking for the perfect overnighter, this is it. For Port Phillip Bay, Western Port, Moreton Bay, the islands up in Queensland, anywhere in Australia you want to go and just cruise the waterways, this is the boat for it. It sleeps 4 people, it's got all the facilities you need, and it's just fantastic value. As we can see, full instrumentation, including navigation equipment, every gauge you'd ever need, and the piece de resistance, a bow thruster, which makes parking this boat in any conditions an absolute breeze. The stern of this boat is very practical. With the full rail system means you're safe, ideal for swimming, fishing, or just doing what I'm doing, relaxing. The cabin in this sleeps 4 people, 2 in the front berth up here, and 2 underneath where I'm standing. It also has another table and another area for food, so you can get out of the elements, or if the kids are wanting to go somewhere, they can go in there and watch TV or a DVD. And of course, no boat this size will be complete without a proper toilet and shower. And of course, cooking, not a problem with your barbecue grill and a pressurised sink. From dining to watching the world go past.
The single versus twin engine debate is something that a boat dealer always has, and it's a really important question from a buyer's perspective. We're standing here on a single engine boat at the moment. It's powered by a single Mercruiser. It's sitting smack in the middle of the stern of this boat. Right here, that engine weighs 250 kilos. So as I walk backwards and forwards, you see that we're getting a little bit of sideways movement, and that's because we don't have a balancing effect taking place. And I'll show you what happens on a twin engine boat in a moment. Certainly from an acquisition perspective, a single engine boat is cheaper. It's much cheaper to run because you only need to service 1 engine. It will use less fuel because it's only powering 1 engine. But certainly from a manoeuvrability perspective and a balance and a feel, a resale value and a redundancy perspective, twin engine will win over a single every time. Let me show you why. So from a twin engine perspective, and I get asked the question a lot, just have a look at me now. I'm walking from side to side in this boat and she's hardly moving. That's because we've got twin engine. Each one of these weighs 250 kilos. Check this out. So we have 500 kilograms evenly positioned either side of the back of the boat. It's going to give you much more stability at rest. That means if we're outside fishing or we're cruising and we've just anchored up, you're going to get a lot less movement in a twin engine boat than you would in the single, as we saw before. More importantly, you're going to have much better peace of mind in knowing that when you're outside boating, you have a second engine to come back if one runs into trouble. So the redundancy factor is truly important. Let's look at it from a manoeuvrability perspective. We're in a marina environment like this, where it's really quite tight, and we need to manoeuvre this boat in and out of its marina berth. By having twin engines, they work together as a team. Put 1 engine forward and 1 engine reverse, and the boat will spin on its own axis. So that makes getting into a tight environment like this in windy conditions a lot easier than you would have otherwise expected. In addition, the whole twin engine scenario means that you're going to have a boat which has much better resale value, and that's really important, of course. But the old wives' tale of twin engines costing more is sadly correct. But the benefits are huge. Don't be mistaken by the fact that It's going to cost you more in fuel, but it's not going to cost you double because you've got twin engines. Remember, both engines can work together as a team, which means that you don't have to run them flat out all the time. The other element to consider is twin engines need twice the servicing, and of course they're going to need to be serviced separately at the same time, so that's double the cost. But I think the benefits significantly outweigh the disadvantages. Certainly from a stability point of view, twin engines is the way to go. You'll only find twin engines in all the bigger style of boats, and they're like that way for a reason.
I'm Trevor Jones. I'm the Commodore of the Locksport Boat Club. Well, the benefits of joining a boat club is that you get to meet like-minded people and learn a lot about boating. You've also got lots of support for if you've got any problems with your boating or you want to know anything at all about boating. There's plenty of people there to help you out, and just the camaraderie of the people that you meet. We hold all sorts of events, from just small club races and teaching kids to sail to major events like national championships, and we also have boating picnics and cruises down the lakes to the nearest town for lunch and that sort of thing. As the clubs are all affiliated with a national association, you're covered by an insurance when you're involved in any boat club events. Any races or picnics or anything that's organised by the club, you're covered by insurance. If you're involved in sailing competition and you're a member of a boat club, you're welcome at other yacht clubs that are affiliated with the same national association, so your membership carries over to other clubs. Yeah, many of the members from years ago are still lifelong friends, and they're still into boating, and the experience they had at the boat club they'll always remember. It's always invaluable to them. We've got a couple of new little dinghies that are ideal for kids about 8 or 9 years old. So, you know, from about 8 onwards they can learn to sail. We also have the safety equipment they need while they are sailing, life jackets and that type of thing. Children learn a lot of life skills from the people around them, and they have a lot of fun while they're out sailing. We've had days where there's been very little wind for sailing and the kids can go in and have a swim, and they just enjoy being around the club. They can progress into more high performance boats as they get older and learn how to sail properly. We have one club member who is now in the Naval Academy as a naval officer, and everything that he learnt at the boat club would be invaluable in that type of job. You don't need to have your own boat to be a member of a boat club. The club does have a range of sailing dinghies and rescue boats, and you can get experience crewing on someone else's boat, or even going out on someone else's powerboat. Being a member of a boat club, it allows you to experience a number of different types of boats. If you're thinking of getting your own boat sometime, you can experience different classes of boat and power boats and yachts, and you get to meet people with a lot of knowledge that have been boating for many years, so you can learn a lot from them. Women and disabled people, everybody's welcome to be a member of the club and learn to sail, and we even have once a year boats that are specially made for disabled people come down and the kids try them out. We have quite a number of women involved in sailing in the club. They enjoy the sailing just as much as the guys. If people want to get involved with a boat club or a yacht club, they can just turn up on a day that's open. They do have special Discover Sailing days where it's just open to anybody without any experience at all. Women and kids, and anybody who thinks they might be interested in boating at all can turn up, and all clubs are very welcoming. You could get to crew on some of the bigger boats, or you could learn to sail a dinghy. We encourage anybody to come sailing, and all yacht clubs do. They have Discover Sailing days where people who have never experienced boating before can come along and experience sailing. There's a number of different sorts of training boats that people can go out on that yacht clubs generally have, and yacht clubs and boat clubs. We're also involved in power boating. We encourage anybody to come along and give it a try.
It's time for some fun on the water as we talk all about water sports.
So it's time for some fun on the water at All About Boats. We're going to take you through some kneeboards and wake skates. So this is one of the entry-level kneeboards. It's plastic, nice and fat, so it's really buoyant in the water, easy to get up on. A few features that it has: it's got a really soft knee pad, so it's not gonna hurt your knees after a little bit of riding. It has a handle clip at the front, so for kids who are learning to get up, they can just stick their handle in here, focus on getting on their knees and getting their strap on, and come back to the handle. The strap, it's got a handle and it's just one pull, so it's really easy to get in and out of. So the next step up in kneeboards, you've got something like this, the Job Chili Pepper. You can see it's got a lot thinner profile, so it's a little bit harder to ride, but it performs a lot better. It's made out of fiberglass with a foam core. Again, the knee pads are really soft and comfortable, so you can ride it forever. Again, same singular strap, so it's really easy to get in and out of. So the next step up from that is the O'Brien Sozo. This is one of the high performance kneeboards that we have here. As you can see, it's thinner again through the profile. Foam core as well with a fiberglass outer. It has an ABS sidewall. Again, knee pad really comfortable. The difference between this one and the others is you can move this specifically to where you want it, up and down the kneeboard for tricks and stuff. With the strap, instead of one, it's got two levels of strap. So it's really supportive and holds you down to your kneeboard. The base, really smooth with slight channeling, but basically just your standard kneeboard base. So this is the HO Pano Shock. It's a good accessory for kneeboarding. You put it between your thighs and the board or your ankles. It just really absorbs a lot of the shock if you're doing jumps and stuff on your kneeboard. Moving on to wake skates. This is one of the entry-level wake skates. It's just a pretty basic plywood setup, just with a painted base, nice big fins, so easy to track again. The base is just a foam base, so it's really nice and easy on your feet. So next in line, you've got something like this. It's the Hyperlight Catalyst Paragon. In the base, it's just multi-level ply like the last board. Painted base, nice big fins, so easy to track, easy to ride, not too slippery. On the deck, they've made concave out of foam. So with concave, it just keeps your feet on the board nice and centered. It makes it a bit easier to do tricks. With the deck, they've used foam again, so it's just really nice and easy on your feet. So next in line, you have a board like this. It's a Hyperlight Catalyst Urso. A board like this, it's made of ply, but instead of using foam for the concave, they've used wood through the whole thing to make the concave. So again, concave makes your feet centered, easier to do tricks. With this board though, it's got grip tape instead of foam, so you're gonna need to wear shoes while wake skating with this board. So at the top end, you've got a board like this. This is a Hyperlight Catalyst Nomad. This board is made out of a compression molded fiberglass with a foam core. And then on the deck, it's got foam again, so easy on your feet. These boards are just a lot lighter, and you can do really cool graphics on them as well. For more information on kneeboards or wake skates, visit our website or come down to one of our stores.
All right, now it's time to pimp your boat, and we are talking to Adam at Bundura Boat Upholstery about fluid core wakeboarding towers. Now, Adam, why would somebody want to fit a wakeboarding tower?
The main reason is once a tower is fitted onto a boat, it gives a higher tow point. So once the boarder is actually on the water, the rope pulls the skier up higher or the wakeboarder up higher, so it gives them more air when they're going across the wake. So that's where wakeboarding comes from, basically.
Okay, and are there some safety reasons as well?
The main reason is if a tower's on a boat, a traditional style boat, it's fitted in 4 points, so it's structurally stronger. It's higher, you can fit more accessories to the outside of the tower, which actually make the boat a lot less cluttered and a lot safer for when you get into
to waves or bumps or anything like that.
Tell us a little bit about the fluid core tower that we're going to install today.
So today we're fitting a fluid core T2 Stealth tower, which is a multi-fit tower, fits to all wakeboard boats. They're 2.5 inches in diameter, so really strong, easy to put up and down, which is really good. Easy to install for yourself if you want to do it yourself, and they have a full lifetime warranty on all their parts and all their fittings, so you kind of can't beat that.
All right, that sounds good. Now, talking about the installing, can you do it yourself or do you need to get an installer to do it for you?
You can do it yourself. It comes with all the instructions, supplies all the bolts and parts, as I said. If you're not that confident in fitting it, Fluidcore do have recommended installers in every state of the country that you just speak to them or email them and they'll put you in the right direction and you can take your boat down and get it fitted on for you.
Fantastic. All right, so what we're going to do now is just talk through the actual installation. So just give us a bit of a step-by-step guide to installing the tower.
The easiest thing is to get a nice flat spot beside your boat. Normally takes 2 people. It makes it a lot easier to manoeuvre it about when it's not set up. You basically find a good little position where you want the tower mounted, measure it all up, the width of the boat, and then you make the rear bar to suit, fit the front of the tower on, and off you go. It's pretty straightforward. So this is basically what you get when you order the tower from Fluidcore. You get a full instruction sheet, which is really detailed, which is awesome for you know, anyone to put together. It's quite simple. Comes with all the componentry, all the bolts and nuts that you need to do the job, including the Allen keys, which is really important, so you're not fishing around. All the billet fittings, which again are in the instruction book that show you which part's which makes it easy so you don't put it on back to front, and also your crossbars and your 4 posts to mount onto the boat. Some of the really good features that I like on the Fluidcore towers are the way that they're constructed. Obviously 6106 aluminium, billet aluminium, so it's all solid one-piece construction. Swivel fittings, so the tower can be mounted on any location, nice and solid. The cross members that the boats have are really solid construction, so you can see the quality welding, the way it's fitted up, and just the machining makes the product stand alone. Okay, so we've marked up the position where we want the tower to go on the boat. In the instruction guide, it gives you a variation of where it should go. Basically, anywhere that the windows won't get in the way of the tower on this boat is a good position. And then a general rule of thumb that we use is basically 2 meters from the front point to the back point where we've marked the actual rear bar for the tower. So because we do a lot of them, it makes it a lot easier for us to install them, but you know, whatever looks good and works well, that's what's important. Another good thing about the Fluidcore products is the rubber insert that they have that goes on the bottom of the tower. They come with 2 different types. They have a chamois side, so if the actual tower is mounted on the side of a boat that's not completely flat, you can adjust the actual fitting and it'll make it seal up really nicely against the hull of the boat, so a real nice snug fit. Or if you're fitting it flat to the deck of the boat, they just have flat pieces, which are again really good and hold it on nice and tight. So as you can see, we're not fitting on a flat surface, so the Fluidcore shaped grommets fit perfectly against the hull, so when it's pulled in nice and tight, it's got a really nice snug fit.
If you want more details, you can jump on the Fluidcore website, fluidcore.com.au. And Adam, we will speak to you again next week.
Okay, thank you.
All right, good one.
Thinking about buying a boat and need finance? Here are some valuable tips from the experts at Aussie Boat Loans on getting your boat loan approved. You'll have a much better chance of getting your loan if you're realistic about how much you can actually afford to borrow. Credit providers want to know that you can afford to make the repayments each month, so make sure you consider your income and existing commitments. A stable employment history is also important, as it shows the credit provider you're likely to remain employed during the loan period.
Also consider the type of boat you want to buy. A new or near new boat is easier for lenders to approve as the resale value is higher. For more tips and advice, contact Aussie Boat Loans. Real people, real results. Call 1300 769 999 or visit the website. Well, that's all for another week of All About Boats. For more information on boating, simply visit our website at allaboutboats.tv or check out our Facebook page.